Hi everyone, this is Nico De Cesare and I'm a mastering engineer with over 25 years of expertise in the business. In my spare time I love to play guitar, as you can see in the previous videos here. Today I'd like to introduce a brand new chapter for this channel I called Ear Over Gear, and I want to focalize your attention about the importance of our ears before the gimmicks of the machines. I want to bust some myths and misconception of using the gears we love, both professional and consumer ones. So let's get started with the guitar. Today I'm gonna show you if it's possible to profile a virtual amp instead of a classic guitar amplifier using GEEK Multimedia ToneX for the profiling process. ToneX is the most recent GEEK Multimedia release that promises to catch the soul of your amplifier, just like Kemper or Quad Cortex profiling features. Whilst for the virtual amp I choose my Unison-enabled Apollo interface, which is for me the best technology to ensure pristine plugin emulations of guitar tones. Let's get figured out. First I need to get my radial reamp box to match the impedance of amp's input, the Apollo's IZ input in my case, with the one provided with balanced line input of any audio interface. All we have to do is to connect one line output of the interface to one Unison IZ input.
Build your own boat. All you do is put it together.
As you can notice, we replaced the mic'd amplifier system with a black box containing a virtual amp, so the actual mic out carrying the analog signal of the real amp will be replaced by my Unison-enabled Friedman Dirty Shirley plugin. Here we are. I loaded ToneX and selected the modeler section. Let's select guitar, amp and cab. Now we could select amp section only in order to profile the virtual preamplifier and power amp section without any impulse response for the cabinet. It would work the same, but we stick to the plan by profiling the full stack. Now we have to get through the ToneX setup process, choosing the routing we are about to use. To do so, let's choose the audio interface for both the output and the input device, in my case the Apollo Thunderbolt. Next up are all the outputs, more left and more right to the near field speakers, and line 7 to the reamp box. Now, because my rig is completely virtual, I don't have any physical amp and cab, neither the mic, so the analog output of the reamp box goes straight into the Apollo's Unison-enabled IZ input, loaded with my virtual rig, the Dirty Shirley plugin. I load the Dirty Shirley from the Apollo console and disable the noise gate and the delay. Let's now skip to the all inputs configuration. The above mentioned Unison-enabled IZ input 1, and for the guitar I use the second IZ input 2. Now we can skip to the level settings. I set the input gain for the guitar signal. For the return level, the one should have been the output of the preamplified mic signal in front of the cab. I prefer to play the test tone to have more control of what I'm about to do. As you can see, the signal is too hot, but I haven't a real mic, so I haven't a gain to attenuate. To lower the signal instead, I have to cut some dBs from the output of the plugin, and in order to do so, I need to load a very simple plugin that lowers the overall volume for me, because the Apollo console fader is post-driver and doesn't affect the signal that goes into ToneX. I choose the Precision Enhancer Hertz and I cut 10 dBs. Furthermore, I have to set the insert slot of the Apollo to UAD Rec instead of UAD Mon. This allows me to pass the signal to the driver, so the attenuated output of the EQ actually lowers my amp's output level without altering the tone. In this case, maybe 11 dB is better. I can do it globally or per channel. I prefer to enable that for the channel 1 only in my case. Once that's done, we can move to the next step, the profiling process. This is a fully automated process performed by ToneX software. We only have to hold on until it's finished. I choose the advanced process that took about an hour to complete it. We can now save the profile containing both preamplifiers and the power amp tone together with the cabinet. In order to compare now the profile sound with the normal plugin output, the original tone we captured, I need to get my Lily P splitter to split the guitar signal. It's an high impedance all-passive analog splitter that splits my guitar signal between the targets. In my case, one signal goes into the Unison-enabled IZ input of the Apollo, loaded with the Friedman plugin, and the other one goes into the same previous Apollo line input. We can now safely unload the previous EQ used to lower the volume from the Apollo console. With Cubase, I will record the two split guitar signals on two separate mono tracks. I will perform a Scott Henderson song's intro to test the tone we just discussed about. As you can see, I labeled the tracks Unison UAD and ToneX. On this second track, the dry one, I will run a ToneX plugin instance with the profile we previously created. Let's compare them. Okay folks, in my opinion the two sounds are pretty close, so we have scientifically proved that it's possible to clone a virtual guitar rig instead of a real one. This technique is used for example, to bring live your Unison-enabled tone if you cannot use an Apollo interface. This could be a lifesaver technique also because of the limits of the Unison technology. In fact, now you can run multiple instances of ToneX and switch between them with MIDI automation to have different sound at your disposal. That's all folks for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you like. Bye!